Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for being here for the September board meeting. Appreciate everyone being here, and everybody's in attendance tonight, so that's fantastic. Board members, before you, you have a proposed agenda for tonight's meeting. If you have anything to add or would like changes to be made, now's the time to note that. Otherwise, before we open for a motion, that we approve this agenda.
Make a motion to approve.
Have a motion?
Second.
And a second. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Then that's our agenda. If you everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Awesome, thank you. So, board members, we had the minutes to the regular board meeting on August 5th emailed out. If you've had a chance to review those, we'll be open for a motion to approve those minutes.
Make a motion to approve August
Okay.
regular board minutes.
All right. Got a motion and a second. Any discussion or corrections you need to be noted? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Great. You also today had emailed out to you the disbursements for the month of August. If you haven't had a chance before now, this would be a good time to take a quick look at those and ask any questions.
I have a question about, on this federal disbursements, is Gear Up grant funds, is that all gone? Is that grant done now?
Yes,
It's over?
yes, I need over.
So on that first one, that reimbursement, we're reimbursing ourselves back?
Reimbursing the Fayetteville City Schools for prior year,
Okay,
Gear Up funds that GP had covered.
okay.
It's payroll, some payroll.
Okay. Got a motion to approve the disbursements? Second. Any other questions or discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. All right. Principals report, Ms. Baker.
Good evening. I'll start by giving our current enrollment. So in pre-K, we have 66, kindergarten 109, first grade 88, second grade 65, third grade 79, fourth grade 88, fifth grade 73, for a total of 568. This past Friday at Askins, we celebrated our Grandparents' Day, and our theme this year was Grandparents Rock. Miss Brittany Barnett organized this, and the grandparents came. They painted a rock and had some popcorn, and we had a big turnout, and it was nice weather, so we're thankful for that as well. And we appreciate all our grandparents coming out to visit us. Next week coming up, we have our big book fair of the year. Also, we're going to be celebrating college application and exploration week. So we'll have themed dress-up days to go along with that week, where they dress like the job they want. They dress like they're going on a job interview, college and spirit day, those kind of days. We'll have those. And we'll also have guest speakers on our morning show, where they'll describe the jobs that they had, and then the class will get together and list the jobs, and they'll turn that in for a prize. I thought that was pretty cute. On Friday also, we'll have a staff day next Friday, so if they go to their parents' work and provide a picture, they'll get a ticket to a Fayetteville High School ball game. So we appreciate Fayetteville High School working with us to provide that incentive. Next Thursday, we also have our parent-teacher conferences from 3:30 to 6:30. And during this night, we have community resources set up in the library that parents can come in and learn about that night as well. So that's what we have coming up.
Anybody else? Any questions? And we're protected tonight by your SRO.
I am, my
from
new
Aspen.
SRO. He's great. We appreciate him.
Yeah, so we certainly appreciate all our SROs,
Yes.
but Officer Dickinson's relatively new to the assignment there, right, at Aspen, so I hope it's going well.
It is.
Good,
All right.
fantastic, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Dr. West, Fayetteville Middle School.
Good evening, Mr. Jones, board. 24 days in, having a lot of fun over at the middle school. Been a smooth start. You know, our focus is on student achievement, making a lot of progress with discipline. We want to make sure we provide high quality instruction for all of our all of our students, making sure that discipline is at the forefront. We think we're making a lot of progress in that effort. This week we have homecoming week. So we do have 8th grade night on Thursday. Our football team will take on Eagleville at 6:30. 8th grade night will be at 5:45 if you want to join us, weather permitting. Right now, our football team is 5-0. Hopefully, it'll be 6-0 after Thursday, and we will host the Duck River Championship on September the 26th. I want to thank Coach Farmer, Coach Crabtree, and all of our coaching staff have done a wonderful job. Our AD, Mr. Sloan, and Mr. Murlock as well. This past Saturday, our volleyball teams had their 8th grade night. Did a wonderful job out there. I also want to thank Coach Kirkland and Coach Blackman. They do a wonderful job. You know, the supplement is very low, and they pour into those girls. They take them to volleyball camp in Middle Tennessee. You know, pouring a lot of their time and effort, and those girls really appreciate that, and I do that as well. We kicked off our World's Finest Chocolate fundraiser last Friday. If you want to buy a bar, they're $2 bars. Come see me. Hopefully, we'll take cash. We'll take cash. I can go get you some. That money will be used for like student incentives, rewards, and field trips. We'll make sure we pour into our kids. Our current enrollment is 202. Hopefully, we get those numbers up. They're creeping up slowly, but that's all I have right now.
Fantastic. Any questions?
I'm hearing good things about you, I'll say that.
Yeah.
It's a group effort. We have a lot of great people over there pulling in the same direction, so we'll see some great things at the end of the year.
Appreciate your leadership. I hear nothing but good things about the middle school these days. Thank you.
Yeah, it's middle school, so
That's
let's
all.
hold on.
That's hard. That's hard.
It is hard. It's hard. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Mr. Perry, back to high school.
Good evening. I'll start with our enrollment. Right now, we are at 94 seniors, and if they all, and we anticipate them to stay, that will be the largest graduating class again for 2 years in a row. So we've got 85 juniors, 72 sophomores, and 65 freshmen, and that's a total of 318 students in the building this year. So as y'all know, and I just mentioned, we had a large group of seniors that left us last year, and then we've had a little bit smaller freshman group come in, so that's kind of where our numbers came down a little bit. I wanted to give Miss Michelle Mitchell a shout out. She's our new college and career counselor there at the school. She's been in the classroom with our seniors. We've invited seniors, even if they are at Motlow, to come and meet her. Schedule times with her, so they've been working on the TN Promise applications and making sure they get their student portal and all that ready. So I think I last reported that we had 6 middle college students. Since school started, that number has grown to 14. So we now have 14 students.
That's fantastic.
And again, that means they'll graduate with their associates before they'll graduate with their high school diploma. We've already had Jostens come in to order cap and gowns. Of course, that's at the end of the year. And then they also talked with our juniors about their class rings, so they've already come in and done that. Our ACT and ASVAB, so ACT will be for the seniors, their senior retake, and then ASVAB for the juniors. We've set that in stone for October 24th, so I'm sure I'll report that again at the next meeting, but that was finally set in stone. Our morning show, we have not had a morning show at the high school, and I really want to brag on Miss Bridget Smith and the group of students that we've had. If you guys missed that, we post that every day to our Facebook. So any announcements or anything, y'all be sure to check out our Facebook every day for our morning show. But I'm really proud of her and especially those students, because most all of those students have not been a part of the morning show. That was started at the middle school after they left, so they have done a really great job. Kind of getting into sports, senior night for girls soccer is going to be next Monday night, and that will start at 5:45 before their match. They've battled hard all season, and we look forward to that. In fact, when I leave here, they're playing this afternoon against Huntland, so they start at 6. So they'll be there. Football has also battled hard. They start their region play against Marion County, and that, of course, that'll be at home. Next week will be our homecoming, so if any of you are around the schools, it's like I told them earlier, just know we'll be here, there, and everywhere. Y'all know how homecoming week is.
That's fair week.
And it is also Fair Week, so
Brave.
I know.
Crazy, crazy.
Just get it over with at once. So, yeah.
Do y'all have staff till next Friday?
I think that's right.
Yes, it is. So
y'all
we've
have
kind,
the
so
school
we've
on
kind of
Friday.
combined one of our days. Yes, ma'am. And then the 27th will be our senior night. Of course, we'll recognize our senior football players, but we'll also recognize our senior cheerleaders, band members, golf team members, and then volleyball. So our volleyball has had a really great year this year. They are competing to try and win the district this year. I feel that they have a really good shot. Their senior night will be September 19th versus Forest, and that will be before the game as well. So, but they have had a really great year. Hopefully they can make it, beyond the region this year, and possibly all the way. I also wanted to give our boys golf a shout out, and Coach McElroy. They've had a great season so far. They started off the preseason by winning the preseason tournament, and then since then they have wins against Moore County and Cornersville. So tomorrow here at Pebble Creek will be their next match, and it starts around 3 o'clock. So, but that's all I have for tonight.
I do have one quick question.
Yes, sir.
You'll bring forward a name to us as a student board member. Did y'all suggest that be the student body president?
That
was me.
Is that how you
Yes.
plan to do it?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
And when is that?
So,
when will we know?
Well, we do know, but she'll be here at our next board meeting.
Okay.
So,
Super.
yeah.
I just wanted, we are going to get one.
And
We've
that-
been asked. Somebody, I don't know that the board knows, but the TSBA likes to do podcasts about various topics of public education, and they love the fact that we have a student as an ex officio a member of our board, and they've asked to do a podcast, and so we'll probably bring back last year. It wouldn't be fair to the new student board representative who hasn't done it yet, but we want to do a little podcast with them and sort of promote all the benefits and suggest that other boards across the state involve one of their students in a role like that, because I think it's great leadership. Obviously, this board likes the idea. So.
And I guess I can go ahead and tell you it's Miss Brayla Hockett. So, yep. So she'll be with us this year, and so far she's done a great job. So it's been really. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that.
Fantastic.
So, yeah.
Well, I look forward to that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Spencer.
Did we have any members of the public register in advance?
No, sir, Mr. Chairman.
All right. Then we'll move on to supervisors' reports. And we have 2 in the room. Ms. Dodson, would you like to go first?
I actually don't. I'm here for solidarity.
Thank you for your support.
Feeling solid. Glad to make
Do what I can.
it. Okay, so wanted to make you aware of a couple things. I really want to brag on David and Spencer. I know they left. I've told you before, everything has bumps in the road, but the 8th grade going over and taking CTE classes, no bumps. I mean, knock on wood, I may have just jinxed it, but I was telling Mr. Jones in the group this morning, kids are, attendance being there at 8 o'clock in the morning because they're coming to school to get to go to those classes. And, we've talked about the power of finding your passion and like being able to do that and find something you feel good about that you feel like you're interested in. We are on our ISM grant in our phase 2, our 7th grade career exploration. We don't have all those pieces in place right now. We do have the class in place. So when we get those, we're really excited about what we're going to have in place in that career exploration. Going to want you guys to come visit. Hopefully we'll be able to put that there where you can go see it. Also, dual enrollment. I know Mr. Perrin talked to you about who's in the middle college. We actually have 10 sophomores in place in that sophomore engineering mechatronics class that is actually being taught by Rick, who is the Motlow instructor. So that's an on-site, on-campus Motlow mechatronics course for those sophomores. So those kids will either roll into middle college or they'll have an opportunity to have 7 episodes instead of 5. We're paying for that with ISM funds. So another piece that I wanted to tell you about because I was super excited the day I was in the office. Lisa's excited because this won't go through Fayetteville City Schools, but worked with Motlow to do the Give 3.0 grant. I don't know if I've mentioned that to you guys or not. We got it, $1.89 million. So what it's going to do is it's going to go through the Motlow Fayetteville campus. Love working with Mr. Eric Reynolds. It's going to create 2 dual enrollment opportunities that will be, of course, not just for us, but Lincoln County High School, Moore County, and also some students from Huntland. It's going to create a dual enrollment surgical tech program. So you could either get the credential or it could be courses you would take that would actually let you like fast track into that program. And also cybersecurity. When we lost our cybersecurity piece, we're putting the required computer science back in. But again, us, Motlow, Moore County, Lincoln County, and what it's going to be is it'll be set up very differently. It will be potentially online up to 4 days a week, but 1 day a week you have to meet with that instructor, either in person or via a Google Meet, so that instructor actually kind of has that interaction with those students all the time. Everyone has a hard time getting an instructor certified. This way we can actually share that instructor and bring those students in. It's $350,000 worth of cybersecurity equipment and about $300,000 worth of the Surge Tech equipment. So that won't be in place until the beginning of the school year next year, but we're very excited about that collaborative and that particular grant. And this will be a shot in the arm for the Fayetteville Motlow site, which is something it's been needing after COVID. That's just been a rough deal of bringing students back to campus and bringing students back to that site. So these 2 programs, there is no surgical tech program for Motlow currently. So the Fayetteville site will be the flagship of that program. So do you guys have, one thing I wanted to brag on too, I think is super exciting. When Spencer was just telling you about the morning show at the high school, so they have a special education student who's in that group. The student had a lot of anxiety and didn't want to be on campus, but guess what? They put them in the tiger suit. So when you watch that and you may see a student in the tiger suit, that was an opportunity for that particular student to engage and get to be part of it. So, thank you guys.
Well done.
Your report's always my favorite.
It is. Well, thank you for all the energy and innovation.
No, we're doing exciting stuff.
As you've described, it's impacting not just our school system, but the whole community. It really is. And talk about paving new paths. A cyber track, cyber technology track is huge, huge, huge. So thank you.
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you, Regina.
Awesome. Mr. McCormick, you're declining the opportunity.
At this time, I will yield my time.
I got you. All right, Ms. Williams, our CFO, has some reports.
Just the August financial report, it's just the revenues and expenditures that was emailed earlier today, and this is for your review, and just ask if you have any questions.
Okay. Thanks for those. All right. Committee reports, facilities and transportation. Anything to report on?
Yes, a little bit. It's kind of a bad news, good news situation, but it's more good news. We got contacted, let me restate that. Mr. Kennedy, who worked with us on our project with Team and FEMA, with Broadus and Associates, he was contacted by a colleague of his that works for FEMA, and he has contacted FEMA to ask them if they've gotten any information from FEMA regarding anything that we need to change or adapt, because the word he's got is they're sending correspondence to us that basically states that what we have sent is all good, but it's old information because it's been sitting there for so long, so they need some updates and some assurances that we will be in compliance with all their updated guidance, because they've changed things since it's been sitting on those desks.
Yeah.
But this is not a problem. This is a good thing, because that means it's being looked at. It's moving down the conveyor belt. So we're excited that has happened. We've talked about the strategy and solution for that, which is all, part of daily business. That's no problem whatsoever. We'll be able to meet those expectations and have everything come out to the good as we move forward and go into the bidding process. So we still hope to get final confirmations by Halloween, but we do know that there's movement, and we hope to hear those things. So I will never give guarantees on that project, but I am encouraged at this point in time. We're having lots of bus breakdowns. It's not, it's just Murphy's Law. Some of these things are quite a bit older. We have one driver who is just, this person thinks they're cursed because they'll blow a hose 20% of the time, and they can change buses and still blow a hose. So every time something happens, obviously there's a little bit of turnover for maintenance, but as a result, we are later on, when we talk about school system vehicles, I will recommend to the board that we add a person to have a vehicle to take home to respond to some of these breakdowns and things like that, because we're having to call one of our staff members frequently out of regular school times and in the morning and things like that to come in. So that will help them, because we're having a little increased expectations when we don't have many personnel that can attend to these matters. So on the solutions standpoint of that problem, we do have a couple of new buses that will be coming in within 12 months that should alleviate some of that as we take the oldest bus off of the books, and then that'll give us one spare so that we will be in better shape as we move forward. That's the bulk of the report for tonight. We are still working on getting those portables out. Everything's ready for them to be pulled out. It's just getting the people to pull them out, and we're communicating on a daily basis. So. All right, that is my report for the evening.
Okay. Thanks very much.
Yes, sir.
All right, finance, a couple of things in finance. I assume these were emailed out to these items, yeah. So you saw the letter about the increase in health insurance benefits premiums for 2025. The state is calculating a 5.6% increase in health insurance premiums. Probably tracks with similar things the city is facing. The finance committee is recommending that that we absorb that, the system absorb that increase. We'd like to probably do some more, but we probably need to catch it on a year when the state increase is not so high, and try to help out with that. But we would certainly we need to get board approval for that, right? Because that is yeah. So I'd make a motion that the system absorb that 5.6% health insurance premium increase for 2025.
Should I abstain from voting on that?
Probably.
Yes.
What did I say?
You can say it right now.
Okay, I'm just gonna abstain from voting
Okay,
on this
all
matter.
right. We've got, Ms. Murdoch's gonna abstain from any vote on this matter. And, well, I think we have
Also.
Okay, Ms. Hopkins is also gonna abstain from voting on that as well, understand? All right, but I've still got a motion on the table, you got a second on the table. Any further discussion? We still have a majority of the board who, can vote on this matter. All in favor say aye. Aye. Anyone opposed say no. Okay, then that's a 4-1 vote that, the system will absorb, 4-0, yeah. And we also, as you recall, with the multiple ESSER grants, our staff poured untold hours ensuring that we spent and committed and obligated and got benefit from all of the funds that we received. Not every system statewide was able to do that, and so there was a small pot of money left over, I guess. The state came in was it last week? A couple weeks ago to say, we've got this amount of money for basically to distribute the remaining ESSER funds at the state level, but they have to be obligated by October or September 30th, yeah, before October 1st. And so our amount was $36,908.24, and so we've got that programmed into our budget line, and it's okay to go ahead and talk about how the administration plans to use it. We plan to provide a one-time bonus. It's been approved by the state for us to use those funds in that way to the system employees. So it's not a huge thing, but it's certainly, in this day and age, anything we can do to show confidence and support to our staff, we're all in. So I'd like to make a motion that we use those funds in that way, and for this ESSER, these ESSER funds. And a second. Any questions about that? All in favor say aye. All right, anyone opposed say no. Great. Insurance and policy, my goodness.
Okay, so
That's a long list.
It's a very long list. It is. It's like 14 different policies that are up for approval tonight. So the first one is, I move that we approve policy number 1.501, the visitors to the school on the first reading.
Okay. I've got a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. All right.
Okay, the next one is, I move that we approve policy 4.201, class size ratios on the first reading.
Okay, got a motion?
Second.
And a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye. Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 4.213, family life education on the first reading.
Okay, have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 6.409, reporting child abuse on the first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 5.307, physical assault leave on first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 5.802, qualifications and duties of the director of schools on the first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 6.318, admission of suspended or expelled students on the first reading.
Thank you. I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 4.403, library materials on first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. All right, thank you.
I move that we approve policy 3.202, emergency preparedness plan on the first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 6.309, zero tolerance offenses on the first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 6.316, suspension on the first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 6.4052, opioid antagonist on the first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Thank you.
I move that we approve policy 2.806, bids and quotations on the first reading.
Okay, I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you.
And the last one. I move that we approve the FCS Code of Conduct, reference in policy 1.501, visitors to the school.
Okay, have a motion
Second.
and a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Thank you. Well done. Thank you to the policy committee and Ms. Dodson, because I know y'all,
Impressive.
this is again, it's a state requirement to review and, all of our policies each year, and y'all do a magnificent job. Thank you. It's a lot of time. Appreciate that. Mr. Jones, superintendent's report tonight.
Yes, sir. I'd like to start my report by expressing my gratitude and offer kudos to Virginia and Lisa on that ESSER. Our ability to generate the bonuses, their recommendation, their research, and their work has led us to be able to offer that. And I'm
Awesome.
very pleased at those recommendations and the work they put into that. That's great. First order of business for my report would be, I'd like to request that the board would approve the tenure for Anna Henderson Daniel.
Who is a teacher at?
Ralph Aston.
Okay, super.
What do we do?
Okay, got a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. All right.
Okay. Next, I would like to ask the board to approve the following personnel to be assigned to use system-owned vehicles. Jeff Bryant, who has been traditionally, Zach Sidley, who is an employee that came in to work with us last year and is doing a phenomenal job and maintaining good use of the vehicle, and Richard Wright, who has traditionally not had a vehicle, but we're employing in service beyond regular hours, and I would appreciate his availability to have it's the four-door truck that the maintenance guys use on a daily basis. I think it's a 14 model, so we'd like for him to be able to use that and utilize gas to come to and from home.
Okay, and to be clear with your recommendation, it is that they will each have an assigned vehicle, which they will
That is-
take
yes.
home. It'll be a system-owned vehicle, okay?
That's, Jeff will have the truck that he's had, which is the newest truck for maintenance. Zach will have the vehicle, which is a Traverse, I think, that Bedingfield previously had with technology, and Richard will have that truck.
Super, super. I would make a motion that we approve those assignments. And I have a second. Any questions or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no.
Okay.
Got it.
Next, I'd like to ask the board to approve an FFA chapter it's an overnight trip to attend the National FFA Convention. The dates are October 22nd through 26th, and this is the big convention they have every year in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Make a motion to approve, sorry.
No.
Okay.
Got a motion?
Mhm.
Second.
And a second. Thank you very much. Any discussion, comments, questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Fantastic.
Okay, and the last order of business for my report was I'd like to request approval for a lease. This is a multi-year lease that goes on to a robot that the football team has already agreed and entered into. And it paints the football field. I think there's some information on the device that's been left in your packets. This is a lease that has been signed, but we need to legitimize this after the fact. Yeah, our policy says we do that, and in order to avoid future findings, I'd like to ask the board to do that.
Okay. All right. I'll make a motion that we approve that lease.
Second.
All right, got a second. Any discussion or comments? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. All right.
And that concludes my report, Mr. Chairman.
All right, super. We've, notwithstanding the maintenance issues on the buses that we see that are frequent these days, we do want to show appreciation to the bus drivers.
Absolutely.
Who are every day taking care of our students from home to school and back home and to every sort of event that we schedule around the Middle Tennessee, North Alabama area. It's remarkable what our fleet is doing on the roads. And so there's a resolution in your packet for your consideration to show this month, show appreciation to our bus drivers. I would like to, I'll jump to the bottom to say that we would be resolving that the Fayetteville City Board of Education establishes September 12th as Bus Driver Appreciation Day in our school system. And further resolve that the board encourages students, parents, and staff in each school to express, join us in expressing appreciation to the bus drivers for all they do. We've said it in these meetings many times. It is likely the case that the first and last encouraging words, and this is not a happy thing, but a number of students whose first encouraging word of the day may be that bus driver that greets them with a smile and encourages them and then sends them on their way in the afternoon when school is over. And so there are a lot of, the influence of those bus drivers extends far and wide, not just geographically, but in the hearts of those students that they're dealing with every day. So that resolution is presented for your consideration and approval.
Make a motion to approve.
All right, thank you. Got a motion
Second.
and a second. Any further comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed say no. Great. And that brings us sort of to the final of every board meeting, and that is looking ahead in the calendar to the next board meeting. If I'm not mistaken, the October board meeting is during fall break. Is that the
Yeah.
issue I recall? Yes, that is our fall break week. It would be, ordinarily it would be the 7th of October, but that is fall break week. So I wanted to propose one of two possibilities. What would be your availability if we met on Tuesday, October 1st? Or Tuesday, October 15th? Would one or the other be better for the board?
I can't the 15th.
Okay, what about October 1st, everybody? Is the first a possibility for you?
I can.
Okay. All right, super. Then let's just officially set our October board meeting for October 1st at 5 p.m. right here.
Finance at 4.
Yeah, we'll do finance committee at 4 and then come in here for the 5 o'clock board meeting, yeah. Mr. Alder, anything from the city of Fayetteville?
I don't have anything tonight, Mr. Clark.
Okay, super. All right, board members. A lot of business tonight, but it's only 45 minutes. That's pretty good. I'll move fast. Any final comments for you? All right, if not, we will stand adjourned. Y'all have a good evening.